Okay, we're going for some very chilled videos at the start of the year. I want to vlog, but I'm still on the mend. I had like just a wipeout flu this new year. I thought I just spent too much time in the sauna and I needed to sleep it off. Reader, I did not just need to sleep it off. Sadly, I was ill for like a week and I'm still a little chesty, a little congested, but we're working on it. The body is working really hard to make me feel better. And in the interim, I'm gonna talk you through some of my most worn pieces of 2024. I'm also gonna show you my most worn makeup. I think it's important to reflect on your wardrobe. What got the most wear? I've picked one to a few items from each category and I just want to talk through them and share, I think, why I wore them so much. This is not scientific. I haven't kept a track of exactly when I wore things. I haven't kept data. I wish I had. I might try and start in the new year. This is the new year, so I should start now. There have been two tops I have worn on repeat this year, both of them white. The first is one I discovered a few years ago. I'm actually going to clip this to me. Okay, that's just gonna sit there for now. I hope that's not really weird and annoying. The first is my perfect shape of t-shirt. I think it's called the Clean Cut Tee from COS, and I now have it in 3 colors. This t-shirt crops at a point on my hips, which makes it look really good with medium and lower waisted trousers and skirts, but also it just sits really well under all my jumpers. It's got a lovely neckline. The sleeves are a great fit. They are just loose enough, but they crop at the right place. And each t-shirt I think is around £25. Fine by me. The fabric is relatively heavyweight. It has a bit of a stretch. The t-shirt's 100% cotton. So yeah, I'm a really big fan of these. So you can probably understand how this has very quickly become one of my most worn items. The next item is again so simple and plain. This is the Uniqlo built-in bra vest, and the thing about this top that is really good is that it makes me look good. Just suits me. I feel really confident in it. It's not necessarily the shape I would pick. I would definitely prefer it to sit slightly lower as well. This definitely crops out at my waist, but it's cute and it's really, really useful in summer. I got loads of wear out of this. Absolutely loads. If you get the right basics, you just like getting dressed in the morning. I donated and sold a lot of my bottoms this year. There are so many that don't fit me, is the short and long of it. My size has changed a little in the past year and a half, 2 years. I also was buying a lot online and I just get things wrong, or I'd miss return windows. I tend not to request bottoms anymore on gifting for that exact reason, unless I can try them on in store beforehand. Anyway, all this to say, this year I'm gonna try and replenish my skirts and my shorts and my trousers. But this pair of shorts got so much wear throughout summer to the point where I bought a second color. This is the second color. I have the original pair I bought under my bed. They are the Deji Studios Pajama 03 bottoms. I have obviously the full pajama sets because you have to buy them as a set. I've had them taken in at the waist. You can't really see how good they are. They're like a men's boxer short with the buttons, pearlescent buttons here, and they are linen and they are just so good. They have pockets. They're so comfy. You can throw them on with anything, and I have been throwing them on with anything. The set is on the more expensive side because it's a small boutique brand. They are, I think, about 160 or 180 pounds. My cost per wear is so low now. I now have made a third Deji Studios purchase. It is not another one of these pajama sets, you'll be relieved to hear. I've bought a dress, a long linen white dress that I have had hemmed, I guess, into a maxi skirt. The straps are still there. I can still wear it as a very long dress if I want to, but if not, I can wear it as a skirt, which I've been doing more often in autumn, and it was great. The quality of Deji Studios products is just really high. There has been one pair of jeans that have seen me through this year. They were £50. They're from Weekday. They are the Astro loose baggy jean. They are unisex, I believe. I went into store and I tried on pairs in all of their colors, a bunch of different styles in Weekday, and this particular pair in this black fit me well. Every pair came up a different size, even when they said they were the same size on the label. I'd really encourage you to try things on in store. I am such a shop in store person. I just think it's much better use of your time, your money, your energy, the planet's energy. Anyway, a £50 pair of jeans I wore multiple times a week from the moment I bought them They're so great. And they're in really good condition still. They are by far my most successful trouser purchase in a very long time. I'm excited to see how much wear I get out of these Haikure jeans. I've finally bought them in the Black Friday sale after trying them on a few months prior. And I've just had them tailored and I love them so much. I can't really, you can kind of see them. They're great. That's a sneak peek. I am a knitwear queen. I've chosen 3 jumpers just to try and be a bit more restrained, but I think each of them deserve a shout out. The first one is this blue Arquette sweater. I wore this sweater so much in the first half of the year, in spring specifically. And I think again, because it crops at a really good length on me and it sits really well with these weekday jeans that I was talking about, the Astro jean. It's also a really nice thin knit. It looks really good with a t-shirt underneath and the color is just a bit more interesting, you know? I picked up the extra small size. I tend to get a lot of things in extra small in Arquette because things are often oversized. God, I really didn't do any clothing prep. I haven't zipped anything up, done up the buttons. Silly sausage. I've spoken about this sweater so much online. This is a Paloma wool sweater that I picked up in summer. It says uno besito on the back, one kiss. It's probably uno besito. It's just so perfect. I love it so much. I saw Sarah Gray wearing one of these Paloma wool sweaters. They've got a few different designs in this style. And I just thought, I love these. I love the brand. I love Paloma wool. I've wanted one of their tea bag bags, or are they called the tea bag? I can't remember. But I've wanted one for ages. Anyway, this is made of recycled polyamide and polyacrylic fiber, wool, and merino, and alpaca. So it's a blend, it's a blend. So many Paloma wool designs just speak to my soul. I also really love and have on my like long-term wish list. Like if I get rich anytime soon, I will be buying their very silky trouser skirt. I can't remember what it's called, but it comes in this like really gorgeous dark brown. And I just think for a night outfit, like it would just look so good. Anyway, from the moment I bought this, I've been wearing it all the time. Finally, you know, we've got to be honest here. It's the good, the bad, and the casual, shall we say. This hoodie, I put this on as my comfort sweater. It's originally from Under the Stories quite a few years ago, and it's a size large and it's oversized. So it's an oversized size large. It has this hood and it is a divisive piece. People tell me they love it and people tell me they hate it. Notably Jack. Jack hates this sweater. I think it's the coziest, loveliest thing in the world. And yeah, I walk around the house in it all the time. I love that it's a hoodie, but I love that it's knit. I love that it's enormous. It's super wide as well, so it falls over my hips. A lot of clothes are not wide enough to go over my hips. So when something is, very cool. No notes. No notes. I imagine this will be on next year's list as well. Shoes have been somewhat disappointing this year. I feel like I've been in a bit of a shoe dead zone this year. I haven't been experimenting. I didn't buy many pairs. I didn't find many that I really liked. But just before, I think, before 2024 started, I bought this pair and they have just carried me through this entire year. These are the Onitsuka Tiger Mexico 66s. I went for just the full leather. I didn't get any suede, and I don't know what this colorway is, but it's basically like a beige and black. They have been worn and worn and worn. I need to give them a bit of TLC, to be honest. But yeah, they're just very, very versatile. There's nothing more to say about them really. And I'm really glad I bought them when I did. I sometimes struggle with knowing when to buy into trends in the more abstract sense of should I or shouldn't I, but also if I decide I do want to buy into a trend, when in the trend cycle to buy into it. I always leave it too late. And with these, the moment I saw the Onitsuka Tigers were picking up steam and I liked them, I just bought a pair. Really, really glad I did. And I'm really glad I didn't go for one of the really trendy pairs. It's still the Mexico style, but I think having them in the leather and in this colorway meant that I didn't see them very often out and about. And so I think I've avoided like jumping headfirst into a micro trend. So I'm really pleased with that. But yeah, I'm still trying to work out what my everyday shoes are that aren't trainers. I gravitate towards trainers and I'm totally fine with that. But when I have events or, you know, I just want to look a little bit not sneakery, I'd quite like an alternative shoe. There's a loafer I really want, but I just can't find it anywhere on Vinted, and Charles and Keith don't make it anymore. They were obviously the original makers of this particular loafer. It's got like a white stitch, it's like black with white stitching. So nice, but I've yet to find them. And I'm struggling at the moment to work out how to wear my knee-high boots. I really like them and they're so comfy, but like, what do I style them with? I'm such a casual person. Next we'll do jackets. The first is one I wore all spring, and it is this jacket from Superior. It's a golf jacket that Jack bought long before he was into golf in a thrift store in in the US, and it does have a little bit of ink staining on the back of the arm. I just find it so useful and versatile. I don't think Jack ever wears it himself. I just saw it one day hanging out in our wardrobe and thought that would go with my outfit. It's so useful. I love this collar. I think it reminds me of, have you seen the Peachy Den, the Olivia Neal and Peachy Den advert? She's wearing a trench and it looks like kind of similar to this. So it's got that 60s mod kind of look. I think it's really cool. Tangent, but next year I want to get better at styling. I like a lot of my individual pieces in my wardrobe, but I don't think I style them in the way that I want to. I feel quite filled with direction at the moment, and I think I'm gonna experiment with my styling. This jacket has had so much wear. It's such a random one to have been worn so much, but it's from Urban Outfitters. It is full plastic. They fooled me when I saw it on the site. I thought it would be leather, but it's not, but it's fine. It was a very good price point, and it's also very water resistant and very useful. It's got a very standard collar. It looks distressed, good pockets, hits at a really good point on my hips. This seems to be a thing for me, and it's lined as well. I got a size medium, and I get compliments on it all the time. People ask me where it's from all the time. I also see people in this jacket more than I see anyone in any other item that I own. It's really popular in London, and I get why. It's a lovely, boxy, affordable fake leather jacket. The final jacket is my green puffer from Peachy Den. It has these ribbon bow ties on the sides, so you can cinch the waist if you want to, and they just add a really nice bit of detail to an otherwise relatively plain item. It's quite hard to jazz up a puffer. I think they've done a really good job. But this thing is so warm. I bought it at the end of last year. I think, I worried it would be a trend piece. I don't think it has been at all. I think I've just found it so useful, so useful, and I love the way it looks. So I wear it all the time in winter. I got loads of use out of it last winter, and I've had loads of use out of it this winter as well. One thing I'm really missing in my wardrobe at the moment is a long line wool jacket. I would just absolutely love one. So I've been on the hunt. The one I really want is the Frankie Shop one. I think I just need to start looking secondhand for it and commit if I see it, and I just need to spend the money. But then I look at it and I think, well, I could just buy a men's long line wool jacket and surely it would fit the same with those same like oversized shoulders. My friend Georgia has it in the dark brown, and I want it in the dark brown so much. Okay, I've pulled up 3 bags. The first most worn bag of this year has to be the Pollen Nod. I was kindly gifted this probably in springtime, and it has not left my arm since. It's just the perfect bag. It's not huge. You can fit a book at a pinch, but you might be negotiating between a book, your wallet, your film camera, or whatever camera you're using, your G7X, and your umbrella. Things are vying for space in here, and they've actually released one that's a slightly different shape, but definitely looks like it has more room. Definitely consider the other shape if you're thinking about picking it up, but I just love this one. I think it looks really nice. When I first got it, people kept saying, is that Loewe? And that says something, in my opinion. The next bag is so funny. I cannot believe how much I use this bag. If you saw me at any point during spring or summer, this is the only bag I wore. This is the Patagonia 8-litre sling. I was very careful not to buy a fake. I bought a real one, which feels very satisfying. I bought it on Vinted. It's ever so slightly damaged, but this is just the perfect size bag. I know I said that about the Pollen one, but this actually is the perfect size. You can fit everything other than a laptop in here. It sits nicely flat, but it also expands a bit more, so you can really squeeze stuff in, especially for gigs. This was so useful. I say was like I'm not gonna wear it for the rest of forever. It's got like a bit of a rainwater smell. It definitely needs a wash. But like as a casual bag, it's amazing. I bought it when we were coming off of like the Uniqlo bum bag hype, and I really wanted something that was as useful, but was more cool and more me, and it's just great. And also, you know, just wearing Patagonia, supporting Patagonia, I think the brand's amazing. Just makes you feel good. The final bag is this one from And Other Stories. It has torn here. I know this was like an it bag at the top of the year, like loads and loads of people wanted it. They kindly sent it to me. Okay, right, being completely honest, it's an okay bag. It's very nice and roomy, very good. As you can see, like it got damaged very easily. It's not very well reinforced. These straps weren't stitched down. They were just folded and secured at these 2 points. And it's unlined as well, which I'm always like a little disappointed by. Like this is an expensive bag. I don't feel like it should be unlined, but maybe I'm just being a princess. Because also, again, my friend Georgia, we love Georgia in this house. She is a pattern cutter, and I remember once complaining to her that one of the coats I bought from Zara was unlined and how it felt really cheap. And she was like, Lucy, it's really normal actually for coats to be unlined. It's not a marker of quality at all. I learnt my lesson. So maybe it's the same situation here. Yeah, it's a really good bag. I need to work out how to fix this though. I've worn it with this tear in it for ages, but it's getting a bit far round to the visible side of the strap now. But hey, it has been very well loved this year. So those are my most worn clothes. Would you like to see my most worn makeup? I'm gonna show you. Okay, let's have a look. Concealer wise, I have been using Merit's Minimalist a lot this year, particularly when I'm using more oily based products. This is a very dry formula. So if you have any kind of dry skin, it won't work for you. It will only work if you have a very oily base, which I mean, sometimes I do have, especially in summer, this was really wonderful. When I've been having a drier base, like in winter, I use the Ilia Serum Concealer. This is a long time favorite. I loved this last year and the year before, but this shade is way too orange on me now. I feel like I've just forgotten what shade my skin is and I need to work it out. But the consistency of this stuff is so nice. My cheek products have been the same all year. I've been again using Merit. I've been using the bronzing stick in Quince, I think, and the blush in Persimmon. These again are not the perfect colors for me. I feel like I really need to do a deep dive and like work out which colors and formulas sit really well for me. I am buying into the hype. I desperately want to try the Rhode blushes. That Teddy one looks amazing. Anything that looks like a soft brown or a soft peach, I just want to put it on my face straight away. In terms of powder, I have used Glossier's Wowder all year, but I've just moved on to the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish, which I'm really excited for because it creates an airbrushed flawless finish, as you would hope. Also, I forgot to say, primer wise, I've been using the Vive Skin Nova. Oh, brows, oh my God, don't judge me. I don't know why it has got so disgusting. This is the Refi Brow Tint and it's in shade medium. This product, 9 times out of 10, comes out great. And then 1 time out of 10 is just disgusting. Total mess, annihilation on my face, on my fingers, on the product. I don't know which factors affect the different experiences. Who knows? Undeniably a good brow product. On my lashes all year, I've worn the Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extensions Mascara. However, I'm going off this. I don't know if I recommend it. I find it flakes just so intensely under my eyes. It's probably flaked already since I put it on for this video. And I just don't know why. I don't know when. When did this start happening? So I might switch back to waterproof mascara. But Hourglass mascaras in general, very, very good. 2 lip products have really seen me through this year. And the first is from Hourglass as well. This is the shade Lure in, I think it's called the Glossy Balm. And it's this like deep berry red. It's delightful. I wore it on so many nights out and so many days out, honestly. It's just a really comfortable balm, looks really good, lasts really well. And then the second product is Glossier Generation G in Malt. And the other shade I've used loads begins with L and it's just suddenly slipped my mind. Fuzz, there we go, not an L. Why is this one broken? People always told me they'd break. I didn't believe them, they do break. Fuzz has a more pink undertone, Malt is more brown. They're both just like really good, versatile matte lips. In terms of lip balm, I did buy into the hype. The Summer Fridays lip balms are so good. I have 2 and I carry them with me nearly everywhere in every bag. This is the mint one and the packaging has not held up relative to my vanilla one. Yeah, this one has just not survived and I don't know why. Maybe it's just the color didn't really lend itself to this packaging. But yeah, they are really great lip balms. They're also very big. You get a lot for your money and they're definitely one of my favorite formulas. So that is all my most worn makeup. Oh, what a nice little video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope it's been interesting. I hope next year's one has a bit of like change in it. I feel like I've worn a lot of the same things for the past 2 years. I'd quite like a little switch up. Let me know if you'd like more content like this. I always want to make my fashion content quite thoughtful, but like never know quite how to approach that. So if you like these kind of videos, I can always try and make more. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video.